Namaste friends. We are all observing a lot of news right now. Some are scared, some are worried, some are confused. China is at Indian border. They're killing our soldiers. And what is the situation, People are worried. People are, some people are talking of boycott China, some are worried, some are talking politics. Let's take a few minutes and step back and let's try to understand why exactly China is there at our border. Did they always have a border with India? So let's take a few steps back and analyze this. Number one, China, today's China, what we talk about is a communist China. There was also a socialist China or nationalist China and so on. This communist China came into existence in October of 1949, little 2 years after India became independent. At that time, the border with India was zero. There was absolutely no border with India because China historically has been 2,000 kilometers away from us, depending on where you see from, whether you see from Ladakh or you see from Arunachal Pradesh. From Arunachal, it will be nearer. From Ladakh, it's farther. China is a very far off country. We never had border with China except maybe, one or two exceptions. Our historical border was always with Tibet, and to some extent in the north of Jammu and Kashmir with what they call today as Xinjiang, which was East Turkestan, or different names were there. So how did China came to our border? Himalayas was always the normal border with us, natural border. China came to us primarily with that intention of what we call as expansionist mentality. There are two places in China. Please go ahead and check this on Google. We can also show some maps. There is a Hei, there is a place in the northeast, and there is a place called Tengchong. If you draw an imaginary line, one is in northeast of China, one is in the central southern part of China. If you draw a line, it automatically makes China into two parts, geographically, eastern half and western half. You won't believe 93 to 94% of Chinese today live on the eastern side of that Tengchong line. So basically what it means is the western part of China, whether it is Tibet or Xinjiang or the plateaus and the Inner Mongolia and others, they were not real Han Chinese, where the predominant Chinese. They came over step by step, bit by bit. Some people call it as salami cut, which is a very popular thing in US and Europe. So they started accumulating land and they came to our border. So whether we like it or not, unfortunately, Tibet is not our border anymore. Even though Tibet exists, it's under occupation of Chinese. Tibet, which is our religious, historical, cultural, social neighbor, we have lost it. And because of that, today we have more than 4,000 kilometers of border with China. But they claim only like 2,000 something. So even there, around the mountains, they don't really have that thing. So where exactly is the problem? They've come to Tibet, and now their eyes are on areas within India or our neighboring small countries, which they link it to historic Tibet. One of them is Ladakh. That's why they're in Ladakh. And this 2020 issue in Ladakh was primarily because we had always respected the border with China. Even though they came, we have already lost Aksai Chin in 1962, we still had a line of actual control. So you stay on your side, we stay on our side in winter, and in summer we just come, we do patrolling and so on. Chinese have this habit of poking a little bit. They will come a little bit inside, 15 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers, and they will see your reaction. If you are reacting strongly, they'll go back. If not, next year they'll come a little further. They'll come somewhere else. So if you look at the news from decades, not just today, 2013, 14, 15 as recent times, you go back and look at it. Chinese have always incurred onto Indian territory, and they claim India is incurring. It's basically that whole mindset of expansionist stuff. We are always right and you are wrong. Even now you look at all the editorials, it's the same thing. So they came down, and there is a place in Ladakh called Galwan Valley, which is a very important part because there are two major rivers in Ladakh. One is the Shyok River, which is a V-shaped river, and second one is our historical Sindhu River, which originates in Tibet, flows through Ladakh, and then to Baltistan, and then Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and then into Pakistan. So their intention is to push right now India to the west of Shyok and Sindhu. That's their probable plan. So they try from south, in the middle, in the east, in the Pangong Lake, Galwan Valley, DBO, which is on the top. They try everywhere. Just imagine Ladakh as two big mountain ranges from northwest to southeast. One is the Ladakh mountain range where Leh city is there, and then there is a Karakoram mountain range which comes all the way from north of Siachen and then goes into the south. So between these two mountain ranges is where all the actions are happening, because Aksai Chin is northeast of that mountain, which they've already taken over. We lost it in 1962, unfortunately. So they are step by step trying to come and take over that valley between the Karakoram and Ladakh range and push India to this, because that's more important from them for many angles. One, it has water source. Second, it has access to Siachen. They can cut Siachen off. It has the Karakoram range, and it has many other advantages. So they are trying this. They do it every year. And now this is a big shock for Chinese actually, if you look at it. Because they, the news reports say that when India has unfortunately lost more than 20 people, China, they're saying anywhere from 30 to 90 people they've lost. We don't have any details. And it's not like India, right? It's a communist country where it is censorship. They don't even tell how many people have died. In India, we are, taking parades of our Hutatmas and giving respect. But in China, it's an opaque thing. So nobody will know. So just keep that in mind. The whole conflict is happening because this is a very rare occasion where India is stepping back and stopping the bully, saying enough is enough, you have to go back. And that is kind of something that China cannot digest, because they have grown 4 to 5 times bigger in economy already. They look down and say, you Indians, you are like, we are big, we are Middle Kingdom, we are very strong. And how can you, challenge us? That they cannot take it, because they have border problems with 18 to 20 countries. All the small countries, it could be Vietnam, it could be, Philippines or anything, they don't fight back to this extent. But India is capable and it's fighting back. And this is not going to end right now. But one thing you can keep in mind, whether it is Ladakh or in the center with Sikkim, or on the northeast with Arunachal Pradesh, it could be Tawang, it could be Siang Valley, it could be Walong, any of those areas, rest assured that India is very well prepared. India might not be economically as strong as China today, but India is having the most important advantage. People are living nearby and supply lines are nearby. Unlike China, for example, if China has to get some supplies, they could get 5,000 soldiers to Ladakh border, but the supply line has to come from Chengdu, which is the real China, and that is 2,500 kilometers in a way like this. They could have trains coming, one train line to Tibet, but Tibet is a thermofrost. It's basically a snow desert. They can't really do much. Whereas India has supply lines within 200, 300 kilometers all across the border, except the tip of northeast. Everywhere India has a border. So just look at it this way. China did not have a border with India. They came down. Unfortunately, we have to deal with it. China took over Tibet, a big resource of water. Unfortunately, we have to live with it for now. But China is trying to take what they call as 5 fingers of Tibet, Ladakh, Arunachal, Sikkim and all. It's not going to happen. So China, better they realize that, they're doing a mistake by pushing India, better they should realize. And the sooner they realize, it's better for us and better for everybody, because this bullying has been going on for too long, but now India has a new leadership, and this leadership will stop the bully. And I hope it will happen. And there is absolutely nothing for common Indians to worry about, because Indian Army is very capable, Air Force is very capable. They will take care of it. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.